Welcome back to Casa de Yaya. I have done the first float. So I've taped and I've floated, and now I'm ready to do the second float, which will be the third coat. And I'm really tired of doing this. It is not fun. It is tedious, but it is satisfying. And I've made a lot of adjustments to accommodate my skill level or lack thereof. When I do a long seam, I have to break it up. I can't do one long seam. So when I taped, I would tape like from high up to, I'm showing you off camera, like you know what I'm talking about. I would start high at the top of the ceiling and then come down to about eye level and tape that, and then I would do another taping, tape down to probably a little above knee level and, mud, and then do that. And then I would do, all one piece. The second piece would be all one piece, but I would mud it in two sections because I would go down, and then on the bottom I would go up with the knife, the mud knife, whatever you call them. I'll be real technical. And I did the same thing on horizontal seams. Most of them weren't that long, so I didn't have to. But on the long seam, like here in the little back door hallway, entryway, that was pretty long. So I broke that up into two. I did the corners the same way. I did two pieces of tape and then mudded in three sections. I just had to do what I was physically able to do. And so the taping started out rough because I listened to everybody tell me how horrible and how hard, and so I went into it with an attitude of it was horrible and hard, and of course it was. And I got mad and I cussed a lot and cussed and cried. And then my contractor and his wife, who is my painter, took me to lunch. And then once I ate and was rested, I came back and just went in it with the attitude that it's a skill that you learn. And I started in the closet, so the worst of it's in the closet. And then as I did it more and more, I got better at it. I'm not gonna ever work for a contractor because I'm so slow at it. And, but that's okay. It has taken me, let's see, when did I start? I figure a whole week. So it took me 2 days to tape. Well, actually 3, because I missed a couple of places. So it took me 2 days to do the first float. And so I'm ready to do the third float because yesterday, to finish the second float, I did the corners, not the second float, the first float. Anyway, I did the corners, so everything's second coated, or first float. Second coat, let's say second coat, because it takes 3 coats. So anyway, it's taken me a long time because I'm learning as I'm going. And I'm learning to be more accepting of that, which is hard for me. I'm a perfectionist, and I think I should do something right the first time, which is crazy, but that's the way I grew up. And that's the way I've always approached things. And then once I get over the hard part, which is the learning part, then I'm good. So I'm telling you this because if you're going to undertake something like this, as Leah on C. Jane Drill on YouTube says, you can do this. It's just skills. I never thought in a million years that I would hang all this sheetrock. And I did, all except one piece. My son-in-law hung one piece for me. He's so sweet. And because it was heavy and in a place that we had to finagle it. And he's such a good guy. And my daughter helped him, and she's such a wonderful girl. And I had a lot of help with Julie and Tom and Zach getting the sheetrock up there and holding it for me while I screwed. That's another thing. If you put up drywall, some of this wood that we attach the drywall to is old. I think it's red cedar or cypress, and it's old and it's hard. Oh my gosh, it's so hard. And even some of the 2x4s in the newer section are old and hard. And up high, I had told you before, getting the screws in all the way was difficult for me because I don't have a lot of upper arm strength. And so my son-in-law sunk those for me. He came in here and, looked for the ones that weren't sunk properly, and he did that. But some are unsinkable. I swear to goodness. Even low ones, I got the drill and put all my weight against it, and they still would not go in. So in the mudding and then later in the texturing, we're going to be camouflaging those that didn't want to go in all the way. I mean, most of them are just a little bit, but it's enough to be very irritating during the process. So I need to hold this up so you won't be looking up my nose. And so I'm just working around the things that didn't go perfectly. And that's okay. I'll see every flaw. Anybody else that comes in my home once it's done is not going to notice, unless maybe they're a sheetrock person, then they'll notice. But anyway, I'm just want you to know that there isn't anything you can't do. There are things that I physically was not able to do, like the ceiling sheetrock. I knew that I physically couldn't do that because I have some allergies, and looking up and sometimes makes me kind of dizzy. So, and I don't have a lot of strength, physical strength, so I had that done. But we got the sheetrock on the walls. I got it taped. I've got the first float, so I've got 2 coats on it. And today I start the 3rd coat. And I'm doing this video because I'm putting off doing it. I'm putting it off just as long as I can. And, but I'm going to do it. It's probably going to take me 2 days, probably 3 days, because I'm going to find all the places that I miss when I start sanding. I said, oh man, I missed this one, because I've done that plenty. And it's going to get done. It's just taken a long time, but that's okay. And I do have a good feeling of sense of accomplishment. Lots of frustration, lots of cussing, lots of crying, lots of oh my gosh, and yeah. But that's the way I approach everything, so that's okay. And I just want you to know that you can do anything you set your mind to. So I guess I better close now and get the mud up and get that third coat up so we can sand. And then after that, texture and paint. Yay! I'll keep you posted.